Introduction: The problems of the elderly, the hypocrisy of society and the confusion of man are described in this story. The events that take place at the chief's banquet at Shamnatha's house show that the mother, who was considered a hindrance to the party, was the reason for Shamnatha's promotion. This story has been chosen to show respect for the elderly and to introduce the mother's affection. Today there was a chief's banquet at Mr. Shamnatha's house. Shamnath and his wife did not have time to wipe off their sweat. The wife was wearing a dressing gown. Her tangled hair was tied in a bun, her face was smeared with vermilion and powder, and Mr. Shamnath was going from one room to another, puffing cigarette after cigarette, holding a list of things in his hand. Finally, by 5 o'clock, the preparations started getting complete. Chairs, tables, tripods, napkins, flowers, all reached the veranda. Drinks were arranged in the drawing room. Now the unnecessary household items started being hidden behind the cupboards and under the beds. Suddenly a problem arose in front of Shamnath. What will happen to his mother? Neither he nor his efficient housewife had paid attention to this matter. Mr. Shamnath turned towards his wife and said in English, "What will happen to mother?" His wife stopped working and after thinking for a while said, "Send her to her friend's house in the backyard. She can stay there for the night. She can come tomorrow." Shamnath kept thinking for a while, looking at his wife's face with narrowed eyes, with a cigarette in his mouth, then shook his head and said, "No, I do not want that old woman to start coming here again. I had stopped her with great difficulty earlier. Tell mother to eat dinner soon and go to her room in the evening itself. The guests will arrive around 8 o'clock. We should finish our work before that." The suggestion was good. Both liked it. But then suddenly Shrimati spoke up. What if she falls asleep and starts snoring? There is a veranda next to it, where people will eat. Then I will tell her to close the door from inside. I will lock it from outside. Or I will tell mother to not go inside and sleep but to sit. What else? And what if she falls asleep? Who knows how long the dinner will last? You people keep drinking till 11 o'clock. Shamnath got a little irritated, shaking his hands said, she was going to meet her brother. You just interfered to appear good. Wow! Why should I become bad in the conversation between you mother and son? You know and he knows. Mr. Shamnath remained silent. This was not the time for argument. It was to find a solution to the problem. He turned and looked at mother. The door of the room opened into the veranda. Looking towards the veranda, he quickly said, I have thought about it, and with the same steps he went and stood outside mother's room. Mother was sitting on a stool near the wall, her face and head covered in a dupatta, chanting rosary. Mother's heart was also beating as she watched the preparations going on since morning. The big boss of the son's office is coming home, all the work should go on smoothly. Mother, today you eat early. The guests will come at 7:30. Mother slowly removed the dupatta from her face and looking at her son said, I don't want to eat today son, you know. I don't eat anything if meat or fish is cooked. Anyway, finish your work quickly. Okay son. And mother, we will sit in the drawing room first. Till then you sit here in the veranda. Then when we come here, you go to the drawing room through the bathroom. The mother stared at her son's face in astonishment. Then she said softly, okay son. And mother, don't go to sleep early today. The sound of your snoring goes far away. Mother said in a shy voice, "What can I do, son? It is not in my control. Ever since I have recovered from the illness, I cannot breathe through my nose." Mr. Shamnath made the arrangements, but still her worries did not end. What if the chief suddenly comes there? There must be 8 to 10 guests, native officers, their wives, anyone can go towards the bathroom. He started shaking his head in irritation and anger. Picking up a chair and placing it outside the room in the veranda, he said, "Come mother, sit on this for a while." Mother got up, handling the rosary, adjusting the pallu, and slowly came and sat on the chair. "Not like that, mother, one does not sit with legs raised. This is not a cot." Mother lowered her legs. "And for God's sake, do not walk around barefoot. Nor come in front wearing those sandals. One day I will pick up your sandals and throw them out." Mother remained silent. "What clothes will you wear, mother?" "I will wear what I have, son. Whatever you tell me, I will wear." Mr. Shamnath kept a cigarette in his mouth, then started looking at mother with half-opened eyes and started thinking about mother's clothes. Shamnath wanted order in everything. The management of the house was in his own hands. Where to put the pegs in the rooms, where to spread the bed, what color curtains to put. Which sari should the wife wear, what size should the table be. Shamnath was worried that if the chief met mother, he should not have to feel embarrassed. Looking at mother from head to toe, he said, "You wear a white shirt and white salwar, mother. Wear it and come, let me see." Mother slowly got up and went to her room to get dressed. "This will always be mother's problem," he again told his wife in English. "If it is something decent, someone should say it. If something goes wrong and the chief feels bad, all the fun will be lost." Mother came out wearing a white shirt and white salwar. Short height wrapped in white clothes, small dry body, blurred eyes, only half of the hair on her head was hidden behind the pallu. She was looking only a little less ugly than before. "Okay, it's fine. If you have any bangles, wear them too. There is no harm in it." "Where should I get bangles from, son? You know, all the jewelry was sold for your education." This sentence hit Shamnath like an arrow. He said with irritation, "What is this topic that you are talking about, mother? Just say it straight, I don't have any jewelry, that's it. What does education have to do with this? I have come back with something after selling the jewelry, I haven't returned empty-handed. Take double the amount that you paid. May my tongue burn, son, will I take jewelry from you? It just came out of my mouth. If I had it, I would have worn it a million times." It was already 5:30. Mr. Shamnath himself had to bathe and get ready. Shrimti had gone to her room long back. While leaving, Shamnath once again encouraged mother, "Mother, do not sit silently like every day. If the Sahib comes here and asks anything, then answer him properly. I am neither educated nor literate, son, what will I say? You tell him that mother is illiterate, she does not know or understand anything. He will not ask." By 7 o'clock mother's heart started pounding. If the chief comes in front and asks something, what will she answer? She would get nervous even on seeing an Englishman from a distance, but this is an American. She does not know what he will ask. What will I say? Mother felt like quietly going to the house of her widow friend in the backyard. But how could she avoid her son's order? She quietly sat there with her legs hanging from the chair. A successful party is one in which drinking is served successfully. Shamnath's party started touching the heights of success. The conversation was flowing at the same pace at which the glasses were being filled. There was no interruption, no hindrance anywhere. Sahib liked the whiskey. Mem Sahib liked the curtains, liked the design of the sofa cover, liked the decoration of the room. What more could one ask for? Sahib started telling jokes and stories in the second round of drinks itself. He was being as friendly here as he was imposing in the office. And his wife, wearing a black gown, a necklace of white pearls around her neck tinged with the fragrance of perfume and powder, was the center of adoration of all the local women sitting in the room. She would laugh at every little thing, nod her head at every little thing. And she was talking to Shamnath's wife as if she were her old friend. And in this flow of drinking, it was 10:30. Time passed by without even realizing it. Finally, everyone drank the last sip from their glasses and got up to eat and left the drawing room. Shamnath led the way, followed by the chief and other guests. As soon as he reached the veranda, Shamnath suddenly stopped. The scene he saw made his legs tremble, and in a moment all the intoxication started to vanish. Mother was sitting on her chair in the veranda, just outside the room. But with both her feet on the seat of the chair, and her head swinging from right to left and left to right, and deep snoring sounds were coming from her mouth continuously. When the head tilted to one side for a while and stopped, the snoring became even louder. And then when the sleep broke with a jolt, the head again started swinging from right to left. The pallu had slipped from the head and mother's fallen hair was scattered in a disorderly manner on her half-bald head. As soon as Shamnath saw her, he became alert. I felt like pushing mother and making her get up and pushing her into the room, but it was not possible to do so. The chief and the other guests were standing nearby. On seeing mother, some of the wives of the Indian officers laughed, and then the chief said softly, "Poor dear." Mother got up in a hurry. Seeing so many people standing in front of her, she became so nervous that she could not say anything. She quickly stood up, keeping her pallu on her head, and started looking at the ground. Her legs started to tremble, and the fingers of her hands started trembling. "Mother, you go and sleep. Why were you awake for so long?" And with a shy look, Shamnath started looking at the chief's face. There was a smile on the chief's face. He said while standing there, "Namaste." Mother hesitatingly folded both her hands while shrinking into herself, but one hand was holding the rosary inside the dupatta, the other was outside. She could not even say namaste properly. Shamnath became upset even at this. Meanwhile, the chief extended his right hand towards mother for shaking hands. Mother became even more nervous. "Mother, shake hands." But how could she shake hands? She had a rosary in her right hand. In nervousness, mother placed her left hand in Sahib's right hand. Shamnath was jealous from within. The wives of the Indian officers burst out laughing. "Not like this, mother. You know, right hand is used for shaking hands. Shake right hand." But till then the chief was shaking mother's left hand again and saying, "How do you do? Tell me, mother, I am fine, I am fine." Mother mumbled something. Mother says, "I am fine. Tell me, mother, how do you do?" Mother said hesitantly, "How do you do?" Once again, there was laughter. The atmosphere began to lighten up. Sahib had taken control of the situation. People began to laugh and cheer. Shamnatha's anger had also begun to subside. Sahib was still holding Mother's hand in his hand, and Mother was shrinking. Sahib's mouth smelled of alcohol. Shamnath spoke in English, "My mother is from the village. She has lived in the village all her life. That is why she is shy of you." Sahib seemed happy at this. He said, "Really? I like village people very much, then your mother must know the songs and dances of the village too." The chief nodded happily and began to gaze at Mother. "Mother," Sahib says, "sing a song. Any old song, you must remember so many." Mother said softly, "What will I sing, son? When have I sung?" "Wow, Mother. Does anyone ignore what a guest says? The Sahib has said it with such enthusiasm, if you don't sing, the Sahib will feel bad." "What should I sing, child? What do I know?" "Wow. Sing some good tappas. Give me to Patra Anai." The Indian officers and their wives clapped at this suggestion. Sometimes the mother looked at the son's face with a pitiful look, sometimes at the face of the daughter-in-law standing nearby. Meanwhile, the son said in a serious commanding tone, "Mother." After this, there was no question of yes or no. Mother sat down and started singing an old wedding song in a weak, feeble trembling voice, "Haryani Mai, Haryani Bhene Haryate Bhagi Bhariyaha." The Indian women burst out laughing. After singing 3 lines, Mother became silent. The veranda echoed with applause. The Sahib did not stop clapping. Shamnatha's irritation had turned into happiness and pride. Mother had added a new color to the party. When the applause stopped, Sahib said, "What are the handicrafts of the villages of Punjab?" Shamnath was dancing in joy. He said, "Oh, a lot, Sahib. I will gift you a set of those things. You will be happy to see them." But Sahib shook his head and asked again in English, "No, I do not ask for things from the shops. What is made in the homes of Punjabis, what do the women make themselves?" Shamnath thought for a while and said, "Girls make dolls, women make fulkaris." "What is fulkari?" After unsuccessfully trying to explain the meaning of fulkari, Shamnath said to Mother, "Why, Mother, is there any old fulkari in the house?" Mother quietly went inside and brought her fulkari. Sahib started looking at the fulkari with great interest. It was an old fulkari, its threads were breaking at places, and the cloth had started tearing. Seeing Sahib's interest, Shamnath said, "This is torn, Sahib, I will get you a new one made." "Mother will make it." "Why, Mother, Sahib likes fulkari very much, will you make one like that for him?" Mother remained silent. Then, fearfully, she spoke softly, "Where is my eyesight now, son? What will old eyes see?" But interrupting Mother's sentence, Shamnath said to Sahib, "She will definitely make it. You will be happy to see it." Sahib nodded, thanked and swaying slightly, moved towards the dining table. The rest of the guests also followed him. When the guests sat down, and everyone's eyes moved away from Mother. Then Mother slowly got up from the chair, and avoiding everyone's gaze went to her room. But as soon as she sat in the room, tears started flowing from her eyes. She wiped them again and again with her dupatta, but they kept overflowing as if they had broken the dam of years. The mother tried her best to convince herself, folded her hands, took the name of God, prayed for her son's long life, closed her eyes again and again, but the tears, like rainwater, did not stop flowing. It must have been midnight. The guests had finished their dinner and had left one by one. Ma sat against the wall, staring at the wall with wide open eyes. The tension in the house had eased. The silence of the neighborhood had spread to Shamnatha's house as well, only the sound of plates clinking in the kitchen was coming. Suddenly, there was a loud knock on the door of Ma's room. Ma opened the door. Ma's heart sunk. She got up in a hurry. Have I made a mistake again? Ma had been cursing herself for so long that why did she fall asleep? Why did she start dozing off? Hasn't the sun forgiven me yet? Ma got up and opened the door with trembling hands. As soon as the door opened, Shamnath came forward dancing and embraced Ma. Oh Ammi! You have made everything work today. Sahib was so happy with you that I can't say anything. Oh Ammi! Oh Ammi! Mother's small body shrank and hid in the son's embrace. Tears again came to mother's eyes. Wiping them, she said softly, "Son, send me to Haridwar. I have been saying this for a long time." Shamnatha's swaying suddenly stopped, and his forehead started getting tense again. His arms moved away from mother's body. What did you say, mother? What raga have you started again? Shamnatha's anger was increasing. He kept saying, "You want to defame me, mother. You deliberately want to go and sit in Haridwar, so that the world says that the son cannot keep his mother with him. No son, now you live with your daughter-in-law as you wish. I have eaten and dressed myself. What will I do here now? The few days of life that are left, I will take the name of God. You send me to Haridwar. If you go, then who will make the fulkari? I have promised the Sahib to give me the fulkari in front of you. I don't have the eyesight now, son, to make a fulkari. You get it made from somewhere else. Buy it ready-made. Mother, will you cheat me and go away like this? Will you spoil my work? Don't you know if the boss is happy, I will get promotion?" Mother became silent. Then looking at the son's face, she said, "Will you get promoted? Will the boss promote you? Has he said anything?" "He didn't say, but don't you see, he is so happy. He used to say, when your mother starts making fulkari, I will come to see how she makes it. If the boss is happy, I can get a bigger job than this, I can become a big officer." The color of mother's face started changing. Slowly her wrinkled face started blooming. A light shine started coming in her eyes. "So you will get promoted, son. Will you get promoted just like this? If I keep the Sahib happy, he will do something, otherwise there are not many people to serve him. Then I will make it, son. I will make it as best as I can." And mother again started wishing for a bright future for her son in her heart. "And Mr. Shamnath, now go to sleep, mother." Saying this, he turned towards his room, staggering a little. Dear students, if you find these Hindi lessons explained in English helpful, please share this video with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for simple and clear lesson explanations. Check the description for links to other lesson summaries and join our WhatsApp channel for daily Kannada Hindi lessons, useful phrases and grammar tips. Start learning today and speak confidently.